Is there a little bit of a different feeling coming off Friday night's win, just kind of that weight that maybe carries over some momentum?
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to get a win. It always helps confidence. Guys were excited to get that done on Friday night, and I think they're excited to play, kind of the team that set the benchmark in our league the last couple of years, and had a good couple days so far.
What have you seen from Cincinnati?
Same thing you've seen the last 3 or 4 years, on defense. They're really, really good. They get in your face, they cover you. They're really aggressive. I think they're one of the best in the country, if not the best, in tackles for loss, sacks, all those things. So they create a lot of havoc, a lot of negative plays. And they're the aggressor on defense. That's what they've been the last 3 or 4 years. Offensively, they're one of the top offenses in our league again. They can really run the football. They got big-time wideouts, big-time tight ends, a really good quarterback, and they're really good at running it and making explosive plays down the field in the passing game. So, like everybody who plays them, we got to work cut out for us.
With Goffney stepping up, Rod, I mean, all the guys that made plays over the weekend, I mean, how much more confident does that make this passing game that was already pretty confident already?
Honestly, we've always been confident in those guys. So it was good to see, Moochie make the big play down the field, getting Curley back and making some plays. Obviously, Goffney and Roderick and Austin making a big third down catch. So we've always felt good about those guys. Obviously, the injuries has made it really inconsistent with a bunch of different guys. But it was good for those guys to step up, make the plays, finish the plays, and hopefully that gave them confidence personally more than anything.
With injuries, the offensive line has been a little shaken up the last couple weeks with JT moving on both sides. What's kind of that status, and does moving that around a little bit change maybe how you see the best five?
I think JT, what he's been able to show is his versatility. He started the season at guard. At the next level, his opportunities inside. He's our backup center, played center a little bit in the first 2 games, and now he's gone back out to both right tackle and left tackle and done a really, really good job. I thought JT's playing his best football right now. He's being really physical. And, when Owen was out for a game and Marcus was out for a game, so that's been huge. We still feel like the top 5 or 6 guys are those same guys, and we're just kind of taking it week to week right now, trying to play the guys that are the most healthy and that are playing the best. And so it's kind of be week to week right now. Probably is he playing at tackle, is he playing at guard.
Do you have any updates on Bo, Rasheed, Jimmy Phillips, guys like that?
Bo Corrales?
Yes.
Yeah, Bo is probably going to be in the same boat as Jake Bailey, probably getting to that point where he's tough. He tried to go at UCF. He tried to go a little bit against TCU and because he wanted to. But probably for both he and Jake, the best thing is to get them healthy, get their injuries fixed. So he's probably out. Jimmy has practiced both days. He just couldn't go last week, tried, but it seems like he didn't make it any worse, and he's getting better, so I expect him to go. And Rasheed's kind of a week-to-week deal. he's been playing through it, which has been good, and so we just try to get him to the game each week.
Does Bo have a chance for another year, medical-wise?
I think he could. I think he's played so many years and had so many different injuries, but he didn't play in more than 4 games. I think he only played in 2, actually. And, I do think, if you're going to have surgery, I do think a lot of that's up to the medical team, but I do think he's a really prime candidate to get that year back if he wants it, yeah.
With Cincinnati, obviously last year things kind of unfolded pretty quickly against SMU. As a new coaching staff, do you watch last year's film, and say, hey, this is what we did last year, or do you say, hey, this is new year kind of?
Yeah, we haven't really watched last year's film a lot because, like I said, we're a different staff, different offense. They're same scheme for the most part. A lot of those guys are in the NFL. They got a lot of guys back too, but Luke does a great job. I went against Luke twice. Both times came down to the last play of the game, once in overtime, my first year here, and then once when I was at Connecticut. So there's a lot of familiarity. They do an excellent job. They have an identity as a program. That's how you win 18 straight conference games. But we've watched all their stuff this year. We've gone back to the past and watched some things. And it's like every other game. It's going to come down to a lot of one-on-one matchups, whether it's in the box in the run game or in the pass protection. They're so good at, I think they sacked Tulsa 10 or 11 times in that game. And then on the perimeter, it's going to be a lot of one-on-one matchups. And we're going to have to win our fair share of those offensively. And then defensively, we're going to have to limit the explosive plays and get off the field on 3rd down.
Well, with one of the things that's been pretty consistent for you guys this year is giving Tanner time, keeping him sack-free for the most part. What's been the key to that, especially without having, a tight end that can really stand in there and pass protection
Yeah.
for the most part.
I think it's been a good team effort. I think our O-line's done a really good job. I think he does a good job of getting the ball out of his hands, or when we have a breakdown, a few times even last week, extending the play. So you got to give him credit. I think our backs and tight ends have done a good job when they're in the protection. So it's a team deal. We've always tried to pride ourselves on getting the ball out quicker than most, even though we do throw it a lot. But this will, from a protection standpoint, just the people like Cincinnati, they will stress us more than anyone has. And across the board, and especially their middle linebacker, Zero's like, he's really, really crafty, really good blitzer. They got a bunch of different type of athletes at linebacker. They put them at DN, they move them around, give you a bunch of different looks. And again, they do a really good job. So, but I think it's just been a good team effort. The line's done a good job. He's got the ball out of his hands. It kind of all works together.
In the running game with Trey dealing what he's dealing with, obviously Velton was out for you last week. Does that put an emphasis on trying to get Kamar more ready and not necessarily force him in the game, but to try and get him in there a little bit more? Yeah,
I think, last week it was TJ, Levine, and Kamar. They all played, all did some good things. The way the game went, we only got 48 plays. We didn't really run it that much. That won't be the case most weeks, including this week. I would think, TJ and Kamar are ready to go this week. I would think Levine will be as well. And I think Velton's probably a game-time decision. But he seems to be a lot better this week than he was last week. So, I think, TJ brings a lot to the table in terms of consistency, toughness, and he's just a winner. And then I think, Kamar is getting better. I think his last couple of weeks have been his best 2 weeks of practice, and usually that's a good sign trending forward.
The last week obviously is a unique situation with Navy, but Scott Simon's talked about the importance of having rotation defensively and having guys play fast and physical and trusting more guys to get in.
Yep.
I guess in terms of complementary football, because you guys run offensively so fast too, I guess how important is it to have freshness on defense?
Yeah, it is. And most weeks we've done a good job of I think our Maryland, TCU, and UCF game, we ran more plays, so we were able to do the complementary piece in terms of that. But Navy's a unique deal, and if you'd have told me we were going to run 48 plays and score 40 points, I'd have said no way. I'd said if we ran 48 plays, we may be at 21. Like, this isn't going to be good. It just worked out. We were explosive when we did have it, and I think we do need to play more guys on defense. I think defense is a little different than offense now. Receiver and sometimes running back, you need to play a lot of guys. But on defense, the whole thing's about running to the football. And if you're fresh, you can run to the football. And I thought for 92 plays last week, they scored 20 points against option football. I thought we played pretty well. We didn't finish how we wanted to those last two drives, and I think it's because they were rotating guys, especially on the D-line. And, that's been a big point of emphasis the last few weeks, and it will be no different this week. Hopefully we don't have to play 105 plays or whatever it is.
How big was it to see the offense put that kind of points on the board, especially considering the number of plays? First time going over or hitting 40 since the first couple of weeks.
Yeah, no, it was good. I think it was late in the fourth quarter when we went 3 and out for the first time, I think. And that's the whole deal when you play Navy. Like, their goal is get 6 3 and outs a game. Now what was weird about the game is we had like three-play touchdown drives. So it's obviously good. We got 6 or 7 points out of it, but that did force our defense back on the field quicker than you like in a game like that. That sometimes kind of is what it is a little bit. It happened that way against North Texas some. But, again, it was when you play them, you got to be efficient. For us, I think we averaged 9.2 yards a play. That was obviously big.
What have you seen from Tanner from week 1 to now?
I thought he played great week 1. I thought he played really good the other night. I think he's just a competitor. I think he's been really steady for us. I think I've been really proud of how he's been the same guy every game, same guy when he's playing well, when he's not, same guy when we're making plays for him and when we're not. Because he's such a passionate competitor. Sometimes it's easy to get really, really high or really, really low. And he's done a really good job of staying even when things are good, when things are bad. And I think that's why the personality of the offense has been pretty consistent. And I think he deserves a lot of credit for that.